So our today's topic is pharmacotherapy of urinary tract infection. You may have some experience of burning of urine, micturition. Sometimes it happens, and in older age, the different symptoms can be found. All leads towards the urinary tract infection. So what is the urinary tract infection? It is usually bacterial. In etiology, it's a bacterial infection. It may be either acute or sometimes it may be chronic. Further, it may affect any part of the upper or lower UTI, lower urinary system. So it is a bacterial in nature. In etiology, it may be acute or a chronic and may affect any part of the upper or lower urinary system. UTI is often classified as either uncomplicated or complicated infections. Uncomplicated and sometimes it is a complicated infection. What it is based upon patient's characteristics. Based upon patients, different characters, different conditions they can report. And further, on the clinical setting in which infection is acquired. It may be community acquired or it is a hospital acquired. It can be community acquired or it can be hospital acquired from where they have infected. So for uncomplicated UTI occurs in women, mostly in women who are otherwise healthy and have normal structure and function of the urinary tract. So these infections are primarily caused by E. coli. Mostly 75 to 95% infections are caused by E. coli. And other gram-negative, mostly they are by gram-negative bacilli, as well as gram-positive organisms such as Staphylococcus, Saprophytesis, and Enterococcus. So further, so there are E. coli, Staphylococcus, Saprophytes, and Enterococcus. They are responsible for the UTI. So symptoms mostly comes with lower UTI, example, cystitis, which includes dysuria, frequent urination can happen, suprapubic pain is there, hematuria is there, and back pains. These are symptoms of UTI mostly. So patient with upper tract infection, acute pyelonephritis, often present with similar finding as well as loin pain. Now, costovertebral angle, tenderness, fever, chills, nausea, and vomiting. These are the symptoms of UTI. But again, I may report lower cystitis, it's inflammation of bladder, include dysuria, painful urination, frequent urination is there, suprapubic pain is there, hematuria is there, and back pain is there. Patients sometimes with upper tract infection, acute pyelonephritis, inflammation of the kidney, often present with similar finding as well as loin pain means hematuria syndrome. LPHS is combination with kidney pains. Hematuria and kidney pain is a LPHS. So costovertebral angle, tenderness, fever, chills, nose and open. These are symptoms of UTI. The cornerstone of the main effective treatment of UTI is what the appropriate selection and use of antibiotics. So one thing is that the basic thing is that the selection of the right pharmacotherapy about antibiotics. The resistance amongst E. coli and other uropathogens is increasing and is an important consideration in antibiotic selection. That's why, well, for pharmacotherapy, the selection of antibiotic is quite important. For the consensus, clinical guidelines recommends trimethoprim and sulfamethoxazole, sometime for 3 days, nitrofurantoin for 5 days, or a single dose of fosfomycin as preferred first. So the 3, trimethoprim and sulfamethoxazole, nitrofurantoin, and single dose of fosfomycin as preferred first-line antibiotics for treatment acute uncomplicated cystitis in women. You can know the treatment for cystitis in women. You can have 3 drugs: trimethoprim, sulfamethoxazole, nitrofurantoin, and fosfomycin. Now further, you can also have fluoroquinolone, are commonly used for treatment of UTI and are highly effective. Fluoroquinolone and UTI. Our growing concerns regarding increasing resistance and potential adverse effects has limited the recommended use of fluoroquinolone in uncomplicated UTI to patients unable to receive other preferred agents due to drug resistance or other contraindications. So similar recommendations limit the use of beta-lactam antibiotics for uncomplicated UTI. So for complicated UTI associated with abnormalities of the urinary tract that interfere with normal urinary flow or functions in men, children, diabetes, pregnant women, and hospitalized patients are examples of commonly affected populations. Now, complicated infections are more frequently caused by drug resistance, gram-negative bacilli or other pathogens. With reduced antibiotic susceptibility, antibiotic selection for complicated UTI should be guided by culture and susceptibility testing. And patients will require longer duration of antibiotic therapy, maybe from 7 to 14 days. This is for the complicated UTI. For pyelonephritis may be more severe in presentations and is often associated with bacteremia and other complications. However, most causes are uncomplicated and can be treated on an outpatient basis with oral antibiotics such as fluoroquinolones. So mostly uncomplicated can be treated as outpatient and mostly fluoroquinolone can be administered. Patients who cannot take oral antibiotics or who are clinically unstable should be hospitalized for initial treatment with intravenous antibiotics. For recurrent UTI, may be caused by either relapse due to treatment failure or reinfection. Relapse usually occurs within 2 weeks of the original infection and is caused by the same pathogen. So selection of antibiotics for treatment of relapsed UTI should be guided by culture and susceptibility testing, and the duration of antibiotic therapy should be at least 2 weeks in length. So mostly in recurrent UTI, the longer period of therapy can be given. Further recurrent UTI, which occurs more than 2 weeks after the original infection, is treated as a new infection with antibiotics considerations similar to those for the initial infections. So women with frequent infections, 3 or more per year, may be considered for chronic prophylaxis therapy. Women with identifiable cause of reinfections, example in association with sexual intercourse, may self-administer prophylactic antibiotics. Asymptomatic bacteriuria So less than 105 bacteria per milliliter of urine in the absence of clinical signs. Symptom of UTI is particularly common in children, the elderly, pregnant women, and in diabetes. So treatment for symptomatic bacteriuria for prevention of subsequent infections and associated complications is routinely recommended in children and pregnant women. The treatment of the elderly and patient with prostatitis is relatively common infection in men and is caused by bacterial organisms, similar to those causing uncomplicated UTI in women. Acute bacterial prostatitis is usually treated with either a fluoroquinolone or trimethoprim and sulfamethoxazole for a period of 2 to 4 weeks. For chronic prostatitis persists in a small percentage of men after acute infection and is usually treated for 4 to 6 weeks, although longer courses may sometimes be required. Now we have to go for the treatment of UTI. First, you can have the organism E. coli, Proteus mirabilis, Klebsiella, Enterococcus, Staphylococcus. The what treatment you need? Trimethoprim sulfamethoxazole for Enterococcus, ampicillin, amoxicillin, and for Staphylococcus, first generation cephalosporin or trimethoprim sulfamethoxazole. So for complicated UTI, for E. coli, first, second, or third generation cephalosporin with trimethoprim sulfamethoxazole. For Proteus mirabilis, first, second, third generation cephalosporin. Klebsiella, first generation cephalosporin and fluoroquinolone. Enterococcus, ampicillin or vancomycin, and plus aminoglycosides. Pseudomonas, anti-pseudomonal penicillin plus aminoglycoside, ceftazidime, cefepime, fluoroquinolone. For enterobacters, fluoroquinolones, trimethoprim, sulfamethoxazole, and carbapenem. Indole positive Proteus, third generation cephalosporin, and fluoroquinolones. Selective, they have third generation cephalosporin and fluoroquinolones. Acinetobacter, carbapenem, and trimethoprim sulfamethoxazole. Staphylococcus aureus, penicillinase resistance penicillin and vancomycin can be administered. Anti-microbial agents for acute UTI, mostly the drug, amoxicillin. For adults, doses 250 milligram every 8 hours or 3 gram single dose can be given. For pediatrics, 20 to 40 milligram per kg per day, 3 doses. Pregnancy, they crosses placenta, 30% maternals. Breast milk, small amount can be found. High resistance rates, not for empiric use. So this cannot be given for empiric therapy. Further, amoxicillin plus potassium clavulonate for adults, the dose is 500 to 125 milligram every 12 hours. Pediatrics, 20 milligram per kg per day, Amoxicillin unknown content is there. And for pregnancy, unknown is there, not known is there. For ampicillin, adults 250 milligram to 500 milligram every 6 hourly. For pediatric, 50 to 100 milligram per kg per day in 4 doses. They may cross placenta, breast milk, variable amount, 1 to 30% can be found. High resistance rates, not for empiric use, should be taken on an empty stomach for ampicillin. Ceftriaxone, 0.5 to 1 gram every 12 hours, 50 to 30 milligram per kg per day in 4 doses that may cross placenta. They enters breast milk. Alternate choice for patients allergic to penicillin, although cross hypersensitivity can occur, may be associated with high failure rate. Further drug is cephalexin. Adult doses 250 to 500 milligram every 6 hourly. For pediatrics, 15 to 30 milligram per kg per day, 4 doses. Cephredine, 250 to 500 milligram every 6 hourly. Pediatric 15 to 30 milligram per kg per day, 4 doses. Another norfloxacin, 400 milligram every 12 hours. They cannot be given pediatrics, avoided in pediatrics. So they may cause arthropathy in immune, immature, unknown animals. They are forced there. Ciprofloxacin, 250 to 500 milligram every 12 hours, avoided in pediatrics. Further, you can have levofloxacin. Levofloxacin can be given. So the adult dose is 250 milligram every 24 hours, avoided in peds. Nitrofurantoin, 100 milligram every 12 hours, pediatric 5 to 7 milligram per kg dose per day in 2 to 4 doses. Sulfamethoxazole, 0.5 to 1 gram every 6 hours, pediatrics 50 to 100 milligram per kg dose per day in 4 doses can be given. They may cross placenta, enters breast milks also. So they can be very carefully given to women. Again, you can have drugs sulfamethoxazole and trimethoprim, 1 gram every 12 hours for sulfamethoxazole and 100 milligram every 12 hours for trimethoprim. You can know that this sulfamethoxazole and trimethoprim is found in a combination. Earlier it was a Septron. Now there's so many. Another name is Cotrim. Cotrimoxazole can also be named the same. It contains sulfamethoxazole and trimethoprim. So pediatric 60 milligram per kg per day in 2 doses given. Trimethoprim sulfamethoxazole in combination 160 plus 800 milligram every 12 hours or 0.48 plus 2.4 grams single dose can be given. In pediatrics, the dose is 10 milligram per kg per day. Trimethoprim component in 2 doses can be given. Then the fosfomycin, 3 gram single dose can be given for UTI. They make cross placenta and recommended option for uncomplicated cystitis.